and welcome to our first edition of IMPD Cribs. We're going to do a walkthrough of the rural house and just take a look and see what the man with all the skills, the guy able to build houses and do contracting work, all these great skills that he should be paid millions of dollars for. Let's see what he's been up to in his rural street mansion. Right there you can see the moo-moo of his living girlfriend. We'll get back to that in a second. But before we start, I just wanted to mention that the trial of Helen Moore has been moved up. The date has changed from November 30th to November 2nd. She has requested a speedy trial, and she has been granted one. They moved it up about a month. So we'll get to see that trial about a month early, and Helen will very likely be put away for 2 years, is my prediction. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's get to business. Let's get to the main event. IMPD Cribs. Many of you have seen this video posted. We're going to do kind of like a director's commentary version. I'm going to see if I can get the volume maybe halfway, and we're going to talk the whole way through it. If you want a version without talking in it, I'll post a link. Maybe I'll post a video with it later. But you can find that on the Real Neptune's trademark channel. He's Neptune's like let's call him an alternate Neptune's. Yeah, it's on his channel. We'll put links and all that stuff when I get a chance. I'm kind of doing this on the phone right now. Anyway, let's get to it. I've only got it from when they walk into the house. I've skipped everything else. Let's go. All right, from walking in the house, you can see that the stairs are blocked with junk. There's junk all on top of the dog cages, merch. There's the bathroom with the law books. He's got a sink and a toilet. Walking into the living room, you'll notice all the lights are out. Now that's because Donna is scared to turn the lights on because the bill is a month from having the electricity cut off again. Donna is scared to be in the dark again. Look at this living room. He put so much effort into painting the walls and putting in ceiling fans and making counters for the kitchen, and then clutters in junk everywhere. Just junk everywhere. Now, when the SWAT team first came in, my thought was that they were looking for guns and stuff, but they're not. The sheriffs are in there looking for guns and computers and everything. The SWAT team is just in there looking for people that could be hiding, and it would make it unsafe for the sheriffs that are executing the search warrant. Look at all this junk. Look at this. Boxes and boxes of junk piled up in every corner. There's one path that you can take to walk through the house, but other than that, there's junk piled everywhere. Dog cages block the stairs, a dog cage right in front of the television, in the middle of the living room. And then piles of junk. It makes no sense. Tyra is not going to sell a quarter of this junk. This stuff is just going to sit there and pile up. And I don't even know if he sees it. He's literally a hoarder. This is a hoarder home. Junk in the corner. Crap on the tables. This is a hoarder home. And look at all the bottles he has on the desk over there. He just has water bottles. 2, 3, 4 water bottles sitting on the desk for no reason. For anyone who's ever seen the movie Signs, where the little girl walks around and she drinks like, she says she's thirsty and she drinks like half a glass of water and then leaves it there on the table. This is just like Signs. And for those of you who haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but those water bottles become important. Maybe Tyra is preparing for that, I don't know. Bags of dog food. How many bags is that? 4 on one side and maybe 4 on the other. Why so much dog food? He just filled up a drum with like 10 bags. All right, going down into the basement. The rarely seen basement. We've seen the basement before, bits and pieces of it, but not like this. Look at this. This looks like a typical basement. That's fine. I mean, you got your water heater and, you know, not too much going on. But you turn one corner and everything changes. Under the stairs, piles of junk and merch. You know what makes no sense? He lists his stuff on Facebook. Now let's say he listed, I don't know, one particular lawn chair that you have to put together. It's in a box. If I buy that lawn chair and I want to come pick it up, I got to wait for him to find it. How does he know where it is? Is it under the stairs? Is it in the basement? Is it in the garage? Is it in one of the upstairs rooms? Is it piled up behind the TV? How do you find anything? Look at all those exposed wires. And all those boxes of merch. Washer and a dryer. I didn't know he had a washer and a dryer. There's the elliptical that he doesn't use anymore. Piles and piles of junk. How do you even get to the washing machine? How do you use it? This is crazy. And he's talking about he wants to sell this place for $1 million. But you're not going to get $1 million for this. The basement is not finished. The living room and kitchen look okay. There's a quarter bath. And the upstairs, well, we'll get to the upstairs, but it looks horrible. There's no way anyone's going to buy this house. They'll buy the plot. They'll buy the land that it sits on. It's a lot of land. Once it's cleared off, it'll be worth something. But you got to demolish that house. You got to clear out all that junk. You're not getting $1 million for this. And that fence is terrible. That fence is so ugly. I personally would demolish. Look at that. 2 refrigerators. We've seen the 2 refrigerators before, but they were laying down. Now he has them standing up. Not deep freezers like Tyra claimed in the past. These are regular refrigerators. But yeah, you would have to knock this whole place down, clear out the yard, haul all that crap away, knock down the fence, and build completely new. To be worth anything, you would have to build completely new. This place, 1 cigarette. It's 1 cigarette away from being a bonfire. All right, going upstairs. To the right of the stairs, more boxes. And then we get upstairs. There's 2 rooms. The room to the right we've seen before. There's that closet with the rod hanging up. No door, just a blanket hanging over it. Bunch of junk. More water bottles on the nightstand and on the bottom shelf of the nightstand. Clean up, Tyra. Look at the windows. Windows covered with bed sheets. This guy used to talk about people with dollar store blinds and make fun of their blinds and whatever. And he has bed sheets hanging on the windows. Frickin' bed sheets. I bet that mattress smells terrible. All his body juices just seeping into the mattress. Closet is packed with junk. It's not terrible in the closet. You could clean it up. You could maybe organize it a little better. Honestly, I'd throw like half that stuff out. All right, next room. This room is a bit neater. There's no merch or clutter in here. But this room has other problems. There's the moo-moo. There's the moo-moo on the closet door. All right, now look at this closet. Locked with a nail. It has a bent nail in front of it to keep it from opening. How does a guy who calls himself a handyman with skills have a closet that locks using a bent nail? You can't install a lock or like a latch, a hook and latch, a padlock, a slide latch. I mean, it's just a couple of screws. But he has a freaking nail. A nail to lock the door. And it gets worse. It gets worse. Look at all this junk. Now in the back, you probably can't see it too well. There is a rolling clothes rack that you would find in like a department store or in a hotel. Right back there, that metal bar. Why is that in there? Why? Oh, dry cleaners have them too. You would put up like your racks of clothing. Why would you have that in there? Why not just put up a bar? The handyman. Just measure a piece of wood and attach it from one side of the wall to the other. Why do you have a rolling clothes rack? And Arby's trays. Look at all those Arby's trays. That's probably why Donna got fired. She was stealing Arby's trays. Look at this. Now imagine if you needed something in the back of the closet. How would you get to it? And how long has it been like that? The short answer is, whatever's back there, you don't need. And you should probably just throw it out. Just throw it out. You haven't seen it in years. Why is it even there? Throw it out. Take back the space. All right, so the closet locks with nails, right? And look, the room itself locks with a nail. The room and the closet, you can't put a lock on anything. That's sad. I mean, I don't claim to have great skills, but I could put a lock. I could put a lock on that door. Of some kind, anyway. Look at that window. The window has yellow newspapers. Yellow newspapers on it. Not even bed sheets. Yellow newspapers. Meaning they've been there for a while. They've been there so long that they've turned yellow from exposure to sun and moisture. This is embarrassing, Tyra. This is the worst edition of IMPD cribs I've ever seen. Why are all the windows blocked like that? There's no light coming into this place. I like my place kind of dim, on the dark side, but you know, I'm a vampire. I'm a creature of the night. I have really dark colored curtains, not newspapers on my windows, curtains. They're plum colored. Plum makes the room super dark, but does let in a little bit of light. But if I wanted to, I could just slide them back and flood the whole place with light. Light is actually good for you psychologically and physically. And that old sick lady right there could use some light. Take those newspapers off the window. Give her some curtains. Another cluttered room you can barely walk into, filled with junk. What is all this garbage? Closet filled with books. Floor to ceiling with books, those law books. Just throw them out, Tyra. You're not reading these. You're not using them. Throw them out. That closet space is so important. What is this? Why is this cabinet just sitting there in the middle of this room? heck is she watching? All right, out of the 3 rooms, and it's bigger than I thought. It's a lot bigger upstairs than I thought. I thought it might have been just like 2 small spaces with a really low ceiling. It's not the case. It's a lot bigger than I thought. But even still, out of the 3 rooms that you've seen upstairs, you did not see a bathroom. There is no bathroom upstairs. All Tyra has is that quarter bathroom with a toilet and a sink, and he takes bird baths while living in this clutter and dark clutter. Who are the trolls? Are we the trolls? Or are Tyra and Donna trolls? Because they live like trolls. This is freaking disgusting. And this has been your episode of IMPD Cribs. Sad, Tyra. Truly sad.